Hey guys, a new Catacombs floor has dropped today. Floor 7 is here, but there is some bad news. Now, Floor 7 is the final Catacombs floor, which is very, very sad if you ask me. So, pretty much what this means is there's no more floor 8 through 10, and they are done, besides eventually releasing Master Mode. But who knows how this will go because floor 7 is a nightmare. 99.9% of the player base probably can't even get to the final phase as it currently stands. It is, horrible. It is pretty much, to me, it just looks like a balancing mess, and they didn't put much thought into it. Essentially, what it seems like they did was they took floor 6, and they're like, alright, floor 7, but the jump between these two is like jumping from floor 6 to floor 10, which we're jumping from floor 6 to floor 7. So they need some serious work to fix this. So hopefully they end up fixing this hopefully by tomorrow, because this is just, a disappointment. They should know better. Also, with the removal of the next 3 floors, they need to readjust the XP curve because it's like a lot of XP to get level 50. And without 3 floors, and I'm probably only getting 10k XP a run, you need, you can't have it be like hundreds of millions of XP to level up. So anyway, let's look at some more positive stuff and some of the new items you can get as a reward from the floor. So you can get these fragments, I think, from the Blood Room, and I have a few of them. I don't have all of them, there's more. I think there's like 5 or 6. So look out for those on the edge. They are, depending on how good they are, they're like, more priced. But this is the Diamante's handle, and you can craft it with armor and with a sword to make, a pretty good piece of gear if you ask me. So you need to get a Necron's Blade unrefined, which good luck getting this thing. You probably need to get an obsidian chest or bedrock chest for this, so good luck, I guess is all I can really say. Definitely going to be a really big challenge. But you end up making this sword the Valkyrie. Now there's like a bunch of different types of sword, and they're one for each class. We'll go over the ones I have, but all in all, it's a pretty decent sword, and if it isn't too hard to get a Necron Blade, like in the future, it'll be a pretty good option for most players to pick up, since it does have, a good frosty stat. If they maybe add some more wither mobs outside of the dungeon, could be very nice. And I like that sense. You also get the, the wither helmet, which this is pretty similar to the necromancer set. However, it does provide wither resistance, which is probably pretty massive on F7. Unfortunately, you gotta beat it and get it to get this. So that is a big letdown if you ask me. And it ends up crafting the Necron set, which you can see by transforming it, you end up losing some defensive stats, but in this case, you gain a lot of strength and crit damage, which is pretty cool. I think it gives the highest in the game as like a base value, besides like Tuxedo giving crit damage, so that's pretty cool. Definitely like a big contender for like, highest DPS set. It also has the full set ability Witherborn, which I don't know how that works, but it's probably very similar to the things like the Wither Skeletons in the dungeon, where they literally spawn like a Wither, and it kind of like flies around like a homing missile. Something like that. But this is a pretty cool set, no complaints there. I wish it was a little more tanky, but that should kind of just be how it be, right? Similarly, we got the, another set which uses the lasso and Necron Blade, makes the Cilia. Now, the Cilia is interesting, right? So it goes crit damage and damage, right? Instead of, strength and damage compared to the other one. And it only has 30 base ferocity. So, what's better? Honestly, I have no idea what's probably the best sword. It's gonna come down to, it's gonna be pretty close. But for like base stat wise, this one is pretty solid because it does include a base crit chance and base crit, damage, unlike the previous one, the Valkyrie. But the Valkyrie has double the ferocity, so it's gonna be pretty close. But it's probably one of this one or the other one. So yeah. There's also the Maxor set, which this is the speed set that gives crit damage. I don't know why you'd build this one when you can build the Necron set, because why do you want speed in your dungeon run? Also, I don't know why the set bonuses don't have, each one when, like this is the Maxor set. Why isn't there a Maxor passive full set bonus? And instead they just keep the Wither bonus, which that's kind of lame. If you're gonna make unique sets, at least make them have like a unique passive. Like, I don't know, the Dragon set, since this seems like a complete like callback to them. So, just a little thing there. And don't give us that speed. Like, this is just kind of whack. Although I really like the color, you know, it's a really nice color. I like it a lot. So next we have the Jolly Pink Rock, which that's a funny name. Which makes the Astria, which is a tank set. I wouldn't make this. This is kind of yikes. But it gives a lot of defense though. And this set, as you can see, it's just like a slightly better version, more tanky version. So I mean, if you want to be like the biggest tank in the game, maybe, you know, pick this up. But again, it's not much of an improvement. So I don't know why you'd go to your way to make this. And then finally, the last one I have is the laser, which is for the mage set, which it gives a lot of intelligence, you know. Like, this is gonna be a really good left click, you know, mage weapon. But will it be the best? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But like, I don't think the Wither Skeletons count as zombies, so Ruby Falchion won't work. So probably, I guess. I don't know. And you get the Storm set, which, again, I like the Storm set color. It looks pretty cool. And it's just a lot of intelligence, which it's probably pretty close to the Y set. It's probably better than the Y set, actually. So, you know, if you're playing Mage, people will probably pick this up. Again, I think it'd be really cool to have, like, you know, for the full set bonuses, having actually good passives instead of just the Witherborn. Maybe it, you know, makes the Witherborn have a special effect based on which set it is. Again, I don't know. It's just like my speculation right now. But that would be pretty nice or something. But yeah, that pretty much covers like all the stuff I have. Now there's also, you know, a new Reforged Stone, which people are talking about as being the, you know, one of the best Reforges, better than Renowned. I think it's called like Precursor something. Yeah, Precursor Gear. And it makes you pretty much get like a Renowned, something better than Renowned. It's a Reforge based on your Catacomb level for your armor, which does sound pretty cool, but I'll have to wait to check this out in a few days when it's a lot cheaper, hopefully. But yeah, I really hope they end up fixing this floor because it is kind of sad how, you know, spent 2 hours on it, didn't make any progress, didn't get any loot, and even the people who are much, much higher than me spent hundreds more hours on grinding than me were not able to complete the floor in any kind of reasonable amount of time. Like, there was a talk going on, people were like, you shouldn't beat it in the first hour, but if you sat there preparing and preparing and preparing, you should have been able to, you know, been done this floor in the first hour, like, no problem. But again, the mobs need to be toned down, the amount need to be reduced, you know, there's just so many, like, there's so many mobs. If you experience the floor at all, you'll literally get to the second phase and be like, oh my god, there's mobs everywhere. And I don't even know how phase 3 and phase 4 work, so, you know, I'm in for a treat, I guess. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe, you know, keep an eye out for the new items and stuff, because there's definitely other items that are added in that we haven't seen yet, which, you know, look forward to those, because those are probably going to be pretty cool as well. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. If you guys enjoyed, maybe think about leaving a like on the video and subscribing. Anyways, bye guys.